How much of you, your likes, dislikes, choices, beliefs, is actually you? It's a question philosophers, sociologists, and psychologists alike have wrestled with for centuries. How much of our identity is truly ours, and how much is shaped by society? To answer that, we need to go on a journey through the forces that mold us, knowingly or unknowingly. Let's start with the basics. What do we mean by identity? Identity encompasses who we are, how we see ourselves, how others see us, and how we navigate the world. It's the intersection of our personality, values, culture, heritage, and life experiences. But here's the kicker. Society is an ever-present backdrop. Whether we realize it or not, society has been sculpting our identities from the moment we were born. Take language, for example. Imagine growing up in a society where every conversation revolves around community, we, us, our goals, versus another society where the language emphasizes individuality. I, me, my choices. These linguistic nuances don't just reflect societal values, they shape them. Studies have shown that cultures with collectivist languages foster tighter group bonds and greater emphasis on communal goals, while cultures that prioritize individualistic language encourage personal achievement and expression. So before you even grasp the concept of identity, the words you hear and later use are coloring how you think. But the influence goes far beyond words. It's embedded in the institutions we grow up with. Think about school, for instance. From the very first day, classrooms don't just teach math and science. They teach societal norms. You learn to compete, but also to collaborate, to follow rules, but also to chase success. Whether it's the encouragement of free expression versus strict obedience, or rewards for intellectual achievement versus athletic success, those dynamics quietly whisper to you, this is who you should be. And schooling is just one piece of the puzzle. The family unit, arguably one of the most profound societal influences, plays an outsized role in shaping what you value. If you grow up in a household that prizes tradition, religion, or ancestral heritage, you're likely to weave those threads into your identity. On the flip side, if your household emphasizes progressive ideals, independence, or self-reinvention, those influences may shape you differently. But here's where it gets tricky. Even family isn't just family. The dynamics within homes are often a mirror of larger societal systems, cultural expectations, gender norms, economic realities. It's society dipping its paintbrush into the palette of our most personal relationships. Now let's zoom out. From the media we consume to the laws we follow, society broadcasts its expectations far and wide. What's considered cool, beautiful, or successful? What's taboo, frowned upon, or celebrated? Whether it's movies, fashion, social media, or art, the cultural landscape dictates what is desirable, shaping not just how we present ourselves outwardly, but how we feel about ourselves inwardly. For example, consider beauty standards. Across history, these have been an ever-changing tide shaped by societal values. In some centuries, being full-figured was a sign of a social media-driven world. Aesthetic ideals often orbit around fitness and meticulously curated Instagram perfection. What's important to note here is the impact on identity. How we perceive ourselves, act, and even interact changes based on how we believe society views us. The filters society imposes can lead us to conform, rebel, or create entirely new interpretations, but they're always there, tugging at the edges of our self-concept. Let's not forget about peer groups, the people we surround ourselves with, whether by choice or by circumstance. Sociologists have found that behaviors and beliefs tend to cluster within social groups. Your friends, colleagues, and even acquaintances have a ripple effect on your identity. Why? Because humans, by nature, are social creatures. We crave belonging and approval, and oftentimes, without even realizing it, we adapt in subtle ways to fit into a group. The music you love, the slang you use, the opinions you hold, they're partially influenced by who you spend your time with. On the surface, peer groups might seem voluntary, but in reality, society nudges us into tribes, whether they're based on class, race, ideology, or interests. But identity isn't just about societal conformity. It's also about resistance. Think about movements for social change, feminism, LGBTQ+ rights, civil rights, environmental advocacy. The identities of those participating in these movements are often forged in direct response to societal norms they don't agree with. In fact, resistance itself can become a defining feature of identity. The decision to say no, to reject the mainstream narrative, can be as much a reflection of societal influence as saying yes. Society's presence is still there. It's just the backdrop for rebellion. Now, you might be wondering, if so much of me is shaped by society, is there room for individuality? Am I just a collection of outside influences? Here's the good news. Society shapes us, but it doesn't define us entirely. At every turn, we have agency. Even when we're surrounded by societal pressures, we maintain the ability to choose, to interpret the messages we receive, to keep some and discard others, to rewrite the narrative handed to us. And those choices? They're deeply personal. Identity isn't static. It evolves. Someone raised in a restrictive environment might break free and embrace a broader worldview, just as someone born amidst individualistic ideals might choose to reconnect with ancestral traditions. The influences of society are strongest in our formative years, but as we grow, introspection gives us the power to choose who we want to be. Here's an experiment. Take a mental inventory of your identity. What parts of you reflect societal forces? Your career ambitions, hobbies, style, opinions. And what parts feel like a conscious choice? Things you've decided that align with your true self. The lines between the two aren't always clear, and that's okay. Identity is messy because life is messy. In the end, we're all living in a sort of tension, a push and pull between society's blueprint and our personal agency. Society sets the stage, yes, but we write the script. So how much of your identity is shaped by society?